you guys, snap that winless streak, get a big win on the road at Washington. Yeah. How does that feel to kind of get this win and maybe now move on?
It's good. It felt like we had a little bit of a monkey on our back. I don't think we were playing bad soccer. I don't think that we were a bad team in that stretch. I just think that we had bad moments and other teams capitalized on those moments. So being able to keep a clean sheet, go to Washington where we had, kind of a bad travel before, not the best accommodations because they were different than what they were supposed to be. So there was all these different factors adding up that could have affected us getting 3 points, but we got them. It feels really good coming back here, coming into Providence Park, because I don't remember the last time we've ever lost 2 games in a row at Providence Park. So it feels good to be able to do that and then come back here and get it rolling at home.
Talking about the clean sheet specifically, kind of those random big defensive errors and big moments was something that had been a problem for you guys, but obviously the Washington game, you get the clean sheet. How much of a confidence boost is that for the defensive side of things?
Yeah, I actually think it was one of our best games defensively. Every time they had a shot, we were challenging. Every time they had a cross, we were blocking them, or we were putting pressure on the people that were in the box and getting bodies on them. We made it really, really hard for them to get any good chances. So we need to be able to build on that. I feel like that's the first game where we've been able to be like, okay, that was good. Let's figure out what we need to tweak. Let's make that a little bit better, and we can keep getting better as we go. So I'm really happy with that performance, but I know we can get to the place where we were last year, where we're rock solid back there.
For the last few weeks, you guys have been kind of either integrating players in or integrating players back from injury. Now you have most of those players back. You'll still have more to come, but a little bit more consistency in the lineup. How does that maybe impact you guys?
Yeah, on a back line, it's really funny because the more consistency you have, I think the better the back line can be. And it's not necessarily like that for the rest of the field. You can sub a forward out, you can sub a forward in, and they can change the whole game for the better. But with the back line, it's a little bit more of a cohesive unit, I think, than other areas of the field. And so being able to get those reps together, being able to play with players on a consistent basis, you get to know their tendencies, what they're going to do, how they're going to play, how they think. And once we start being able to build that relationship between the back line plus the goalkeeper, the better we're going to be.
You've played in a couple different systems so far this year. How does it affect how you think about your game playing with 4 versus with 5? Obviously there's been like some fluidity between the 2 shapes this season, but does it affect how you think about how the game goes?
Obviously with different systems, you have to be able to recognize the strengths and the weakness in that system and how other teams are going to stack up against that. So being able to problem solve before the game is really important, but being able to problem solve while you're in it is also really important. And I think we are doing a better job of that now than we were, and we got a little bit more practice with a 4-back, and I think it's actually really great for our team to be able to do both. Depending on whichever team we play, we're able to kind of switch into whatever shape we feel will be most effective, and I think that's going to be really hard for teams to deal with.
Megan, you already alluded to the fact that in the previous shape you guys were getting a lot of chances offensively, they just weren't going in. So what do you think are the benefits of the shift in formation?
I honestly don't think that formations are such a big deal when it comes to winning and losing. I think that some formations suit individual personnel and what you have on your team better than others, and I think that the 4-back is really well suited to our individual personnel, and that last year maybe the 5-back was a bit more well suited to who we had. So being able to do both is going to be really important, but just making sure that we're doing little things differently in each system will be key to us making sure that we continue to create chances and limit opposing chances. But honestly, the formation isn't that big of a deal. It's just making sure that everybody's on the same page. And whether that's on the same page in a 5-back or whether that's on the same page in a 4-back, it doesn't matter. Everybody just has to be willing to do the work and do it together.
Speaking of on the same page, ever since Sonnet was drafted, you four that are playing in the back right now have been together, which is pretty rare, at least in this part of the world as far as women's soccer is concerned. Do you four have the feeling that there is something special that you guys have going here? Is there a feeling like, you know, this is cool, this is unique, this is something we haven't experienced before?
Yeah, I don't think we think about it that way. We are not like, hey, look how cool we are in this forward. But what we do take pride in is that we limit chances and we make our midfielders and our forwards look good, and we control what's going on in front of us and make it predictable for our goalkeeper behind us, and we love when, you know, she saves our asses. But I think the way that we think about it is like, we're a really good unit that wants to stay together because we know what each other are going to do. We have a lot of trust in each other, and you know, with that trust and those relationships, I think that the sky's the limit for this back line.